All 6 runs tonight came with 2 out. I mean, in a series like this, a game like this, is how crucial is that to get those kind of timeliness?
Yeah, you need clutch hits in order to make it happen. A couple times nobody on and 2 outs, and we were able to get guys on base and then come through. Patrick Sullivan, probably, Tucker Bradley obviously had the 3-run home run, but Patrick Sullivan to give us that 2-run lead, that's a big cushion for Ryan Webb. So that was huge. With the wind blowing out, you don't want a 1-run game, and there in the ninth, Reed hit that ball right on the screws, and it just happened to be right at him. And we hit some balls really hard. Riley King, he's going to have to do something to change his luck, because he's hitting balls hard all over the park and just right at people. But we did get some big 2-out hits, and that was the difference in the game.
I was going to ask about Ryan being a fiery guy as he is on the mound. He gives a couple little, hits off the gloves of himself and Patrick. You're a little bit concerned with his being as emotional as he is. He's going to be able to rein it back in.
Well, that's what we talked about in the dugout there after the 8th. He's an emotional guy, and he spent a whole lot of emotion getting out of the 8th. And then he came out there, and then he has to try to get back after it in the 9th. And then he had some bad luck. The ball didn't bounce his way. But bottom line is he found a way. Man, he competes more than anybody I've ever had. And that's the guy that we want with the ball at the end of the game.
And Emerson kind of had to grind it out a little bit, David. What does that say about him to be able to do that?
Well, just how good he is. I mean, I thought they had a really good plan against him. In the middle of the innings, they had some good at bats and made his pitch count go up a little bit, and just really made him work. But he had good stuff. He's still 95, 96 there in the 6th inning, and I thought he threw the ball really well.
The timely hits you talked about, how much of that is a product of, like you always talk about, just grinding out at bats, even like you said, starting rounds with 2 outs?
Yeah, you have to. The inning's never over. You got to get 3 outs. So we had a couple 2-out walks and a couple 2-out hits, and just found ways to get guys on base. And we weren't great with runners in scoring position tonight, but we had some clutch hits. And Patrick Sullivan was a huge one, because there's a 5th-year senior that's not starting in a really big game, and he could have hung his head, but he was ready the entire game. He's back there riding the exercise bike, keeping himself warm, ready for that opportunity. He got it. Connor Tate, same thing, came off the bench, drew a walk to extend that inning. So I thought those guys were great, and they handled it the right way.
And